Alright, hello folks, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Theros Beyond Death draft video for Magic the Gathering Arena. Been doing a lot of paper drafts recently in real life, and I haven't uploaded too much Theros Beyond Death content. So yeah, hopefully this video helps some of you figure this set out. I'm pretty familiar with the set by now, drafting this at least, 50 times already. So let's begin. And pack one, pick one. What is our rare? Treacherous Blessing can definitely be powerful in the red-black sacrifice deck, but not going to be great in any black deck since you kind of need the life gain to upset the life loss, or some creatures in black-red that can sacrifice enchantments to kind of get rid of this. But 3-mana draw 3 cards is definitely very powerful. However, again, if you are constantly casting spells and losing 1 life, that can be a bit of a liability. So you do need a bit of a red-black deck, or maybe a white-green deck, white-black deck with some life gain to kind of offset the life loss of this card. But other than that, if you can build around it, it can be definitely pretty good. On the uncommons, we have Daxos, which provides us with a good amount of white devotion, gains a bit of life, and is a pretty decent ground blocker as a 2-drop. If you can get the white devotion going, definitely a very solid 2-drop, since it can again gain you life and provide devotion. Dreamstalker Manticore is pretty good for the 4-power matters deck. However, it's great in the red-blue flash deck too. Since you can deal 1 damage, and sometimes just getting rid of a 1 toughness creature is already, with a flash spell, is already a nice upside with this creature. So it's pretty good. And again, in green-red, it's 4 power, so it does help the 4-power matters deck. Looking at the commons, which ones stand out? Mars Graphs is definitely excellent. Just a 2-mana efficient removal spell that gets rid of pretty much most, if not all, most creatures. Is definitely great. Black is the best color in this set, so definitely a first pickable card. There's Hierophant, which I'm a big fan of as well. Nice 4-drop that enables escape, and it just comes in as a 3/3 Death Toucher that can be pretty annoying to block or attack through. So definitely a very great overperformer as well. Iroh's Blessing is also excellent. I would maybe rate this slightly worse than Myra's Grasp, since this is kind of conditional. It does require a creature to be on the battlefield to attach onto it, but it's definitely solid too, since it enhances the creature. It triggers Constellation, but I would definitely rate red as a slightly weaker color than black in terms of power level in the set. Voracious Typhon is also great, a great common, great escape creature. I usually don't like multiple of these, since 1 usually is enough, since 4 mana is already a lot, and then escaping 1 is already a huge cost, exiling 4 cards, and but coming back as a 7/7 is just pretty difficult to deal with, especially if you can give it wings or trample. So overall, pretty interesting pack for us. So I think I prefer the Mars Grasp pack 1 pick 1 over the Venomous Hierophant, and I think I prefer it over Treacherous Blessing, even though Treacherous Blessing has a little more upside, but it does require, again, a bit of a build around. You do need to be in a deck that has a lot of life gain, or you have to kind of pigeonhole yourself into a narrow red-black deck to sacrifice the Treacherous Blessing, or otherwise, again, the 1 life loss can definitely add up. And I don't think it's more powerful than, say, something like a Mars Grasp, that I want to confine myself into the 2-color combinations red-black, just to pick this card over the Mars Grasp, since Mars Grasp is great in any black deck. And I think I prefer the Mars Grasp over Daxos, since double white can be a bit of a problem to cast, and I don't really want to commit myself to a white devotion deck. And definitely pick it over Dreamstalker Manticore, just as a better card. And I think I prefer it over Iroh's Blessing. So really, I think this pack 1 pick 1 is just between like Mars Grass and Voracious Typhon. These two are very close. Voracious Typhon, again, just a nice 4-drop, good blocker, good attacker, and then in the late game, it's becomes a 7/7, which is difficult to deal with. But I don't mind the first pick Mars Grasp just as an efficient removal spell. Black is again the best color in this set that you definitely want to be drafting. So I think I'll take the Mars Grasp here. And here, what do we have? Looking at the comments, there's Scovos Maze Warden as a good 4-drop that can trade up, and if it goes unblocked later in the game, it can deal a ton of damage. So definitely a solid 4-drop. And sometimes you do pick up the rare Scovos land that can you can activate to get the Scovos to serve as a removal spell, but that's pretty rare for the most part. There's Mystic Repeal, which is also pretty excellent. Since it bottoms enchantments onto the bottom of the owner's library, it can prevent it from getting into graveyard, so it can kind of prevent a bit of an escape. Also, 1 mana instant speed is quite powerful. Also, great consideration. There's Siona, which, you know, we could end up splashing Mars Grasps in the white-green deck, but usually in white-green, you just want to stick to 2 colors since you want to be very aggressive and make sure you want to hit the your 2-drops, 1-drops and 2-drops consistently. This is just a great payoff card for the white-green Constellations Auras deck. Dreadful Apathy is just solid unconditional removal. I'm a big fan of black-white in this set. It is a very controlling, grindy color, but it can definitely be very powerful. Definitely a little bit slower than black blue, but definitely probably the second slowest archetype, since you're just playing a million removal spells, getting them back with, like, I don't know, that card, what's called the Rise to Glory, and it can be very powerful. Heliod's Pilgrim is a great common, since it can fetch up stuff like Mars Grasp and Dreadful Apathy, but I think I would prefer my first Dreadful Apathy over my first Heliod's Pilgrim, just to kind of have the removal. Looking at the commons, there's a Elysian Caryatid, which is a good 2-drop, which can help us ramp. Also, Wings of Hubris. I definitely want one of these in a deck with lots of big ground creatures, such as green, since green definitely has a problem dealing with flyers in the set. Can enable a creature to become a nice flyer that can block, maybe get in as a win condition, which I think is a necessity for green decks in this set. But overall, let's just say we abandon our pack 1, pick 1. I think the most powerful card in this pack is by far the Dreadful Apathy. And even if we don't abandon the Mars Grasp and we end up in black-white, I think that's a very powerful color combination. And this is by far the best card in this pack. So I think I'll take a Dreadful Apathy here. And now what do we have in this pack? We do have a Furious Rise. But don't be mistaken, this is a good card, but this is a card for the red-green deck, which is looking to get to power 4 for the most part, so it can be a bit of a trap, since it's more of a red-green card, gold card at the very least, so it doesn't work well in any red deck. Shimmering Chimera is a great payoff for the red-blue Flash deck, and Hero Nextborn as well is great for the white-red Boros Aggro Pseudo-Heroic deck, so 2 powerful double color uncommons. But at the commons, we see another Dreadful Apathy, which still keeps us in 1 color. That being white is a great removal spell. Mogus Favor is also good, and Loathsome Chimera, but I don't think I would take it over Dreadful Apathy, so I think I'll just take another one, just kind of ensure our removal, maybe stick with white as our primary color. We could still abandon black, but if we pick up like a Rise to Glory, I would definitely end up in like black, white auras, but yeah, can't really pass up a second one since it's so good. Here we have Destiny Spinner as a good 2-drop, especially if you have a lot of enchantments and constellations. This can be a nice way to kind of close out the late game, just creating another creature on the battlefield for 4 mana. Just turning your land into a creature is a really nice upside, and then you can use maybe the land as a chump blocker as well. There is Slaughter Priest Mogus, but would want us to play primarily in black-red. We just took 2 Dreadful Apathy, so we would have to consider abandoning them if this was a pickup. Flicker of Fate is a nice combo of Dreadful Apathy. It's a pretty solid card that can target the opponent's creatures to kind of serve as a bit of interaction to stall them. Also protects your creatures and flickers your enchantments. But I don't really want too many copies of these. Usually 1 Flicker of Fate is fine, and we can always pick up 1 later. Karametra's Blessing is fine too. For maybe like a blue-white Fly Skies deck where you want to protect your creatures with powerful enchantments onto them. And the rest of these commons, don't really care about them. So I think it's just between Destiny Spinner and Slaughter Priest. And given that we have double Dreadful Apathy, I don't mind maybe just taking the Destiny Spinner here, speculating on maybe white-green and white-black for the very least. White-green is not a bad combination. Definitely an aggressive color. And the Destiny Spinner is a good 2-drop to have in that type of deck. This is just a pretty good card, especially against a blue opponent. If you can land this on turn 2, all your creatures and spells such as Dreadful Apathy becomes uncounterable, so against a blue opponent this can be a bit of a nightmare to face against. Otherwise, again, I don't really want to abandon double Dreadful Apathy since it's so powerful and we can always pick up Flicker of Fate later. So yeah, happy to pick up a Destiny Spinner here. Here, there's Cling to Dust for the sideboard. Nothing too amazing. I guess there's a Glory Bringers, which I don't mind as a decent 4-drop blocker. Not very exciting. This pack overall, Cling to Dust is more of a sideboard card. Like maybe if I do end up in black-white auras, again, Cling to Dust can be a fine sideboard card in the against an aggressive escape deck. No, and this isn't a dead card, you know. If you exile a creature, gaining 3 life can be fine. Otherwise, you can use this to cantrip and cycle to draw a card. But the exile cost is definitely pretty heavy, since exiling 5 cards is quite a lot. So I think I'm going to take a Glory Bearers here. Just keep myself in white and a decent blocker that can also enable Constellation. So let's take it here. And Daxos is pretty good. There's also Sunmane Pegasus. But seeing that we have double Dreadful Apathy, I think I want to take a white card in this pack. Also some decent green cards as well. I mean, Setessan Skirmisher is best in the white-green aggressive Constellations deck. And it's the only, and I can only see playing that in the white-green. Otherwise, I mean, this card isn't that great since it's looking to be slightly more aggressive. I think I like the Daxos over the Sunmane Pegasus, since Sunmane Pegasus is definitely a great card too. It's quite an overperformer, but usually at 4 mana, the cost can be quite steep. If we pick up something like a Daybreak Chimera or Revan Hoplite, the Daxos can provide us the devotion to kind of help synergize with it, and this is also a pretty good 2-drop as well. We can always pick up the Sunmane Pegasus later, and again, 4 can be quite expensive, so I think I like the Daxos here. Could just take a Leonin. There's Karametra's Blessing. Like, if we do end up in the blue-white Flyers deck, the Karametra's Blessing can kind of protect our Flyers, but usually in blue-white you already have, like, Starlight Mantle, which can protect your creatures already. I guess the Karametras can help, like, protect our Destiny Spinner, Daxos, and Glory Bringers. So, I don't hate the Karametras. Leonin is also pretty decent as a solid 2-drop, if I want to be more aggressive. I already have 2 2-drops already, and I mean, we can always pick up one later. So maybe I don't hate the Karametra's Blessing as a 1 copy, just to kind of protect our enchantment creatures from getting killed. We can always, again, pick one up later. We already have two good 2-drops already, and Leonin is not that impressive. It can be pretty decent against, like, even if the opponent has, like, Mogus's Favor, I guess. If they use it on the Leonin, you can still exile the Mogus's Favor. But otherwise, the 3-1 isn't that impressive. So, yeah, let's just take the Karametra's Blessing here. I guess I can take a Skola, perhaps, if I do end up in green-white Constellation as a fine way to trigger Constellation. I mean, Skola is not super amazing. I like it best in, like, green-black-green, since you're looking to enable escape in that archetype, while in white-green, you're looking to be more aggressive. Don't think I need a second Glory Bearers. I mean, there's also Eidolon, which, you know, in blue there's enough card draw, you don't really need Eidolon, so maybe just take a Skola here. Maybe if we do end up white-green, it can be an okay 2-drop. Well, there's the second Daxos. Do I need a second one? Don't know, since double white can be pretty hard to cast. But otherwise, what is there? There's Show Kraken, which can be a fine blocker, but usually in white-blue, I guess, you should have enough blockers that you don't really need to pay something expensive, like stuff like Glory Bringers, or maybe the Riptide Turtle can block. There's also Transcendent Envoy, which I could consider. It can be pretty decent if you can attach enchantments onto. It can be a fine flyer, but Daxos in terms of power level is just a better card. I don't mind having 2 Daxos. I mean, it can be kind of awkward having both in the opening hand, but just having consistency to have them early can kind of help our white devotion out. And, you know, Transcend Envoy is nothing special, so I think I'll take a Daxos here. Siona, okay. I think I prefer it over to Sentinel's Eyes. There's also Wings of Hubris, but usually in white you have decent flyers like Daybreak Chimera and Sunmane Pegasus. They don't need to value the wings too highly. It's possible that white-green is the color we need to be, and Siona is just a powerful payoff. Sentinel's Eyes, I just really need 1 copy, so since it can escape for pretty cheap and you can always get it back, so I think I like the Siona here to kind of fetch our Dreadful Apathies. And I could use a Captivating Unicorn as a fine 4-drop. And if we do end up in aggressive green-white, it can be fine. Otherwise, I guess the Soul Reaper Mogus is also a consideration. If we do end up in the white-black deck, we're looking a little bit more white-green since we picked up Siona and Destiny Spinner. But, I mean, I guess we could end up, like, you know, with Rise to Glory, so something like Soul Reaper Mogus can be fine, since it can sacrifice cards like Heliod's Pilgrim and Omen of Sunfodder, and Captivating Unicorns are replaceable 5-drop that we just want really 1 copy of, so I think I don't mind speculating on black-whites a bit, staying open. Flicker Fate's pretty good with the Dreadful Apathy, so happy to see that. Alright, and yeah, it seems like we are in the right color. White is where we need to be. Now the second pack, if we open up a bomb in the second color, we could just consider that color. We could still be in like green-blue, I mean white-blue, white-black, white-green, so this is the reward for staying open and picking the most open color. So we'll see what we have in the second pack. Alright, there's Scovos, Labyrinth Scovos, which is fine. I mean, this is a pretty decent card, but the fact that you need to pay 4 mana constantly to remove a target attacking or blocking creature can be quite annoying. We do have double Dreadful Apathy already, so we're not lacking removal, also with a Triumphant Surge. And this is just conditional. Again, you need to keep up 4 mana. It's pretty good if you can reach the late game and you can constantly have mana up. But again, it's not the most exciting card. It's pretty good with the Scovos Maze Warden, I guess. So, I mean, this is a consideration. But we are playing Daxos with double white, so it can be a bit of a hindrance. Since it's another colorless land that we otherwise don't care too much about. Nesting Hornbeal is excellent. We don't have too many 4-power creatures, but we can definitely get some later, and we can enhance this, making this a very powerful, efficient 2-drop. Other great cards include Mischievous Chimera and Utopia, but none of them are white. Sentinel's Eyes is fine. Omen of Sea is pretty good. But I think Nesting Hornbeetle gets a nod over here. Wish I opened up a black bond to maybe consider the choice of moving to black, since we have Myra's Grass as a nice black card. So I guess white-green aggro it is, and we can maybe pick up some 4-power creatures later on, like the Voracious Typhons or Loathsome Chimera to kind of trigger this. We can also pick up something like Setessan Training to enhance our creatures as well. So don't hate the Nesting Hornbeetle here. Ooh, Warbriar's Blessing looks good. There's also a Destiny Spinner, a second one. But I think I prefer the Warbriar's Blessing just to ensure I have enough removal. It's a pretty decent aura with Siona. We can maybe get with the Heliod's Pilgrim if we use up all our Dreadful Apathies as a fine removal spell. We don't have too many big creatures to fight with, I guess. But, I mean, fighting off small creatures can still be fine. Otherwise, Pious Wayfarer is a consideration. Again, we have a Destiny Spinner. Other fine cards includes One with the Star, Witness, Bright Bleft. But I think, yeah, I think with all these green cards flowing, I think white-green is where we want to be. So we're just going to be that white-green beatdown aggro deck. So let's stick a Warbriars here. And Renata looks good. There's also a late Farika spawn, but it's better in a escape deck, and usually in white-green. In white-black, I mean, there's maybe you can pick up some ways to mill yourself, but we currently don't have too many ways to enable escape, so Farika spawn isn't all that exciting. I think it's just an easy Renata, just as a nice creature that can enhance our creatures later on. Other cards include like the Caryatid, which can provide us a little bit of early game ramp to maybe double spell, but Renata looks fine here. And I could just pick up a Captain Bane Unicorn to have a top end creature. Nothing too exciting. This pack doesn't really seem all that amazing. I think we have some good removal that we don't need to splash for a Maya's Grasp here, and usually white-green you want to be very aggressive in the early game. It is also another 4-power creature that can kind of enhance our Nessian Horn Beetle, so let's take it here. Nothing here. Best card in this pack, like Skovos and the Witness, so if we took the Skovos Maze, we could have maybe considered a Skovos, and I don't know, white-red could maybe been the color, but red doesn't seem all that particularly open. Don't mind a Transcendent Envoy. Hopefully we can pick up some Cetessan Trainings, some Sentinel's Eyes, or some Commanding Presence to attach onto this flyer and start beating down. Regardless, it gives us a discount for Dreadful Apathy and Warbriar's Blessing already, so it seems pretty solid. So don't mind a copy. Think I like the Illicit Caryatid over the Hero. The Hero is, again, for a more aggressive deck, but it's not too impressive unless you have a lot of ways to target it. Like we can maybe target it with Warbriar's Blessing, and that's pretty much it. I don't really want to Flicker just to enable the +1 or Karametra's Blessing it. The Illicit Caryatid can maybe provide us a way to double color, maybe with the Daxos or the Reynada, giving us a way to fix. It's a good 2-drop. I think I prefer it over the Hero. Has a little bit more upside, even though white-green wants to have a bit of an aggressive slanted color base. Here, just take an uncommon for the gems. Nothing here. We have a Soul Reaper. Could maybe main deck a Plummet if we don't have any ways to deal with flyers, since green doesn't have any great ways to deal with them. None of these cards really seem all that amazing, to be honest. Moss Vapor is not an aggressive creature. It can be an early 1-drop, I guess, that we can play, but it's not an aggressive card overall. Same with Nexus Wardens. We're not looking to play too much defense, since again white-green is looking to be quite aggressive. Looking at our colors, I guess we could be kind of the mid-range slanted white-green Constellations deck. So maybe Nexus can be fine. It can gain us a lot of life, since we do have a lot of enchantments to trigger Constellation, so could just take the Nexus Warden. Moss Viper can be fine with the Warbriar's Blessing, and it's a 1-drop, I guess, we can play. But again, maybe just Nexus Warden, because if we do play a 3-drop, I guess Nexus Warden could just be better, just as a way to maybe block a flyer or gain us a million life. So yeah, maybe just take the Nexus Wardens here. Take an uncommon for the gems. Another Glory Bearers. Maybe we don't pick up enough Sun Main Pegasus, we just take it here. Alright, so this pack was pretty decent. It showed that, gave us a good second color to move into. We picked up 2 good cards, Reynada and a Warbriar's Blessing and Horn Beetle. It wasn't that exciting. White seemed a little bit cut off in this side. Hopefully next pack we can pick up some good flyers. Maybe we pick up like a Hoplite to help us with the White Devotion. But other than that, our deck looks okay, nothing amazing. So let's move on. Here, another Dreadful Apathy seems solid. Pretty bad pack 1 pick 1 rare. I think it beats everything else. There's also Nylea's Huntmaster as consideration, but not taking over Dreadful Apathy. So even in pack 1 pick 1, Dreadful Apathy would be the pick. Ooh, Hydra's Growth can be pretty strong, especially if we can enhance a creature, and then you know, it can help with our 4 power that we're kind of lacking by giving the Nessian Horn Beetle another creature to trigger off of. We can attach it into a Transcendent Envoy to make it grow big. It's a decent aura that can trigger off of Siona. There's also Nyx Herald as a consideration, as a decent 3-drop as well. I don't know how good it is. We have a decent number of enchantment creatures, but it's only going to give them +1 at the end of the day. I think the Hydra's Growth can offer us maybe an alternative win condition if we don't pick up enough ways to maybe deal with all your opponent's threats, or go wide enough, or have enough flyers. The Hydra's Growth can kind of enhance one of our creatures to start forcing the opponent to block. So I think the Hydra's Growth offers a lot more upside than the Nyx Herald, even though the Nyx Herald would probably be the pick here if it wasn't for this Hydra's Growth. I think I'll take it here. Could take just a Sentinel's Eyes. Setessan Skirmisher is fine. Wow, this pack is pretty bad overall. Don't think I need a second Captivating Unicorn. I mean, it's also a consideration as well. Couldn't need a way to kind of enhance our creatures with the Sentinel's Eyes just to make them kind of big enough to attack past something. Setessan Skirmisher, I think our 2s are fine, that we don't really need like a Setessan Skirmisher in this deck. But second Captivating Unicorn wouldn't be bad, but I think the Sentinel's Eyes might be a little bit more important in this deck. And another Siona looks good. There's also another Warbriar's Blessing. Which one do we prefer? That's the question. Siona can, again, a second one can maybe fetch a Hydra's Growth, Dreadful Apathy, Warbriar's Blessing. I think we should have decent removal rate, again, with triple Dreadful Apathy, Warbriar's Blessing, Flicker to flick the Warbriars, or Dreadful Apathy. Triumphant Surge, maybe we main deck it, could be fine. I think we're kind of lacking in terms of good 3-drops, and Siona just makes it more consistent. We can just grab another one, and then the more auras we attach onto our creatures, the more we can help go wide. And Warbriar is not that great in our deck since we don't have too many big creatures besides like double Glorybringer's Captivating Unicorn, maybe Renata. And we could use another good 3-drop. So I think I'm liking Siona here just to kind of up our creature count. How many creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, we could definitely use another good creature, and Siona is one of them. Also, Transcendent Envoy could be consideration with this Hydra's Growth, but not taking over Siona. Ooh, Hoplite. Okay, excellent. Happy to see this. There's also Mystic Repeal, which would probably be my pick if it wasn't for his Hoplite, but definitely great with double Daxos. In the meantime, our White Devotion is a little bit fine. We do have a lot of green cards, however, still, but with a Daxos, it can help us go a bit wide and offer us another all-in attack that we kind of need if the game goes late, just as a way to serve as a finisher. Oh, don't hate the Loathsome Chimera. We could use a fine escape creature. It's also 4-powered, so it's a good follow-up with the Nessian Horn Beetle. Definitely taking it over the Leonin, over like the Indomitable Will and Glorybringers, so happy to see that kind of late in the pack as well. Now I could just take a Leonin, already have a Karametra's Blessing. I think I prefer the Leonin just to add a little bit of White Devotion. I could cut something out like the Skola, or maybe just this Nexus Wardens. Not a big fan of Hydrax. It has some synergy with Elysian Caravid, but like a 3-1 the 3-3 is not all that exciting. So I think I like the Leonin here. And the second one, there's also Ominous Sun that can help us go wide. You can scry this in the late game to trigger the Hoplite. Not a big fan of Indomitable Will since we have like Sentinel's Eyes already. So which one do we prefer? How much Constellation Synergy do we have? I guess it's good with the Captivating Unicorn since it can start tapping stuff down. It's pretty decent with the Nexus Worms, but I don't know if we're going to play that. Again, the White Devotion can maybe help us go wide with the Reverence Hoplite, so I don't actually hate it. Can also ambush creatures. The Indomitable Will is not all that exciting. You get 2 for 1 at the end of the day. We have a Hydra's Growth and Sentinel's Eyes already to kind of enhance our creatures. So I think the Ominous Sun gets the nod here. None of this. Maybe Traveler's Amulet. I don't know. Could you play Rumbling Sentry just to have a little bit more White Devotion? Not a great card, definitely cuttable, but I don't think I'm playing triple Glory Bearers here, so we'll take it. Could make deck a second Unicorn, I don't hate it, just to increase the 4-power count. Second Sentinel's Eyes, probably not. I'll put in the sideboard. Okay, don't think I'm playing Nyxborn since the triple green is a little bit hard. Okay, so our deck looks fine. I think this could just be 16 lands. We do have a couple of 5-drops here. So if we do 4 cuts, what do we cut? Karametra's Blessing is cuttable. Could cut the Leonin, but I think I need it for the White Devotion. Transcendent Envoy is pretty good, the Hydra's Growth. But other than that, we don't have too many ways to enhance it, but it can be a way to give kind of a discount, I guess, to our Dreadful Apathies and Warbars and Hydra's Growth. But other than that, it's not too exciting. It's only good with Hydra's Growth, but we can, I think it's fine not having this, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could cut the Skola, doesn't seem all that amazing. I think I like the Flicker with the Warbriar's Blessing and the Dreadful Apathy. Definitely like the Hydra's Growth. Could cut the Nexus Warden since we're not really looking to play a defensive game plan. We don't really have too many ways to deal with flyers besides Dreadful Apathy, the Warbriar's Blessing. So I think our game plan is just kind of just go wide and just kill them. And yeah, I don't really care about the life gain. And like it can block a flyer, but at the end of the day, it's not going to kill the flyer since 1/4 is not too impressive. Skola can go since I prefer White Devotion, and a 2/2's not great. Transcendent Envoy can go since it's only good with Hydra's Growth. Again, it can give us kind of a discount for our auras, but a 1/2 isn't all that impressive if it's the only strong attacker in the air. Karametro's, how good is it? It can protect a creature with Sentinel's Eyes. Hydra's Growth, I guess. It can protect Hydra's Growth, so actually looks pretty decent in our deck. Guess I could cut maybe a Glory Bearers, or maybe... I think I might like the double Captivating Unicorn. I guess I could cut a land and go 16. And how many 4 power creatures do we have to upgrade the Nessian Hornbeetle? 1 Loathsome Chimera, Captivating Unicorn. Don't know if Renata is going to get to 4 power. And our devotion is more focused onto white. So, don't think Renata is going to get too much, but seems pretty good. Could cut the Triumphant Surge. Maybe I could just cut the Glory Bearers, to be honest. Maybe just cut the Captivating Unicorn, but I do want a little bit more 4 power for this Nessian Hornbeetle. But, it can be quite expensive at the top end. So yeah, maybe just cut 1. And maybe we can just play a 16 land aggro deck and just call it a day. Could go 15 lands. Don't know how greedy I want to be. I mean, Glory Bearers is not too impressive. Maybe I just cut it for the Captivating Unicorn, since I kind of need the 4 power for the Nessian Hornbeetle at the very least. And this is a pretty decent attacker. And it can kind of give us a nice big clunky creature in the late game, which we're kind of lacking. I guess Hydra's Growth can kind of give us that too. So yeah, maybe I just pick up the Glory Bearers and just cut a Captivating Unicorn. This can still get enhanced by like Sentinel's Eyes, so it's not all that bad. So yeah, maybe we just go 16 lands aggro, and maybe favoring white over green. Go 7, 9, and call it a day. Since our only double greens like Renata. Could consider cutting a Daxos since you can't really play 2 of them. And it can be kind of awkward having 2. I guess it can be awkward having 2 Sionas at the end of the day as well. Maybe could play Captivating Unicorn, maybe cut like Daxos, since we have one already, and again we can't have both of them. Even with a Hoplite, it does make it more consistent, but double white is a little bit hard to cast anyways. It could just be 8/8, I guess, since we kind of need our early green cards as well, and we have some good 2-drops that we want to just play, as well as Siona and Loathsome Chimera, so I don't actually mind going 8/8, staying with the double green Renata as well. I think it can be a bit of a problem. The only double white is Daxos that we care about. How good's Flicker? It's good at Dreadful Apathy, but with 3 of them, maybe we can just cut the Flicker. I don't know. Maybe we can just play the Daxos. Because we kind of, I think we want kind of like a 15 creature deck in this deck. How good's Flicker? I mean, it's good that Dreadful Apathy can protect our creature. Good with the Warbriar's Blessing. I could maybe just cut the Triumphant Surge, I guess, with the Flicker, and that could just be better. Since Triumphant Surge is quite expensive to cast at 4 mana, so maybe this is cuttable. And And again, Transcendent Envoys can be pretty good with the Hydra's growth, but we didn't pick up any commanding presence. That makes me want to play this 2 entirely. It's pretty good with Sentinel's Eyes, I guess, but a 2 power flyer isn't going to be all too impressive. So yeah, maybe we just do it like this, just 16 lands. Maybe it's just 9/7 if we're playing double Daxos. Like, our removal should be fine with the Flicker already, so we don't need like Triumphant Surge. Yeah, I think we just try it like this. I think I do need the 8 green, unfortunately, even though we are heavily slanted white. I think we just kind of need the green for the early 2 drops that we're going to play as long as Renata, but let's risk it. Let's maybe just go 8/7 since I mean we're only going to end up with playing 1 Daxos anyways at this, so maybe it's fine just going 8/8 and just see how it goes. Apparently. But we do need to cast our white, so yeah, maybe we just go 9/7. Yeah, let's try it out like this. And hopefully we do well with this deck. Alright, opening hand. Well, we have both colors. Think it's fine, even though we would prefer a 2-drop. We're on the play. Don't really want to go down to 16. If we get in our land, Loathsome Chimera can be a fine card to play. So let's keep it. White-black, so opponent's going to play a slow, grindy matchup. Ooh, Leon's a bit annoying, since it can kind of exile our Loathsome Chimera. So I don't think I'm going to block it. I don't think I also want to Dreadful Apathy onto it. Maybe he will just keep this back, and don't think I want to cast. I do have 3 Dreadful Apathy, so it could be fine. Opponent's going to play defense. I could just Warbriar's Blessing the Soul Reaper, and then I can attach a Sentinel's Eyes onto it, and maybe you can attack past the Leonin next turn since it's going to be 4 toughness. I think I'll try that. Oh, actually, I can just do it now. I guess I can just. Oh, this is pretty nice. I can Sentinel's Eyes here, Warbriar's Blessing, and I think I'll take out the Leonin so he can't exile my Chimera, and then we'll just say go. The Soul Reaper can be annoying because he can start sacrificing, but it's 3 mana, so it's going to be a lot to keep up. I could maybe force a double block here. I mean, that's fine since I can escape the Loathsome later. If I do play the Glory Bearers, I guess it'll be 5 toughness, so he would need to triple block it. So maybe I'll just play the Glory Bearers and just get an attack in here. I could maybe play Renata and be a little bit more greedier, but this is just a good attack. And I can trade off for the Soul Reaper and the Hero, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think this is fine, and we'll kill off the Soul Reaper, so, and we can escape the Chimera later, anyways, since we have all this stuff in the graveyard. Maybe Renata was better, I don't know. That was also a consideration. Sentinel's Eyes, okay. So opponent does have a good double block still. Dreadful Apathy seems pretty good onto this land pad, but I think I'll develop the board instead, just to ensure that I have enough creatures. The Glory Bearers with the Sentinel's Eyes can be pretty good. Do want more escape, of course, in the graveyard. If he enhances a creature, I can just Dreadful Apathy, which I don't care about. So if he uses like Commanding Presence, I'm fine just taking it. Okay, nothing here. Think I can just Dreadful Apathy a land pad and maybe force a trade. I could get an attack in and then maybe Flicker of Fate to Sentinel's Eyes, but actually that's pretty bad since these will just come back to the battlefield. I can get an attack, maybe double blocks, I can Flicker of Fate the land pad, kill the hero. Or I can just Dreadful Apathy. Yeah, I think that's better. Force on the land pad, force him to sacrifice the land pad, and then I can get a reasonable attack in. He does get back his Sentinel's Eyes, but I do have another Dreadful Apathy already incoming. Here, I don't mind escaping the Sentinel's Eyes. And we can do that later. I guess the opponent could have like a Karametra's Blessing, so I should be careful, but this is... I do need to kind of attack the opponent here. Ominous Sun, okay. I think I'll get rid of hero, even though it helps him go wide. I guess he could have double blocked, triple blocked the Glory Bearers, but sure. We only have like one creature anyways. We can escape Loathsome Chimera next turn. The fact that we managed to get rid of some good 2-drops from the opponent can start enabling some good attacks. Rise to Glory, okay. Well, 4-2 doesn't seem all that exciting. I think I'm fine attacking, and if he, well, I guess he can start exiling my stuff, so maybe I want back in the grave. I want to bring back the Chimera back from the graveyard. I could flicker away the Leonin. I flicker away the Sentinel's Eyes. I guess that's not really a good play. I could Dreadful Apathy and do the combo, but maybe it's better to just play out. Yeah, I'll play out the Loathsome Chimera here. You can exile my Sentinel's Eyes, but I definitely don't want him to exile my Loathsome. And maybe we can Dreadful Apathy and do the combo next turn. Maybe he plays another big threat. I guess we can just develop the board. I don't hate that. Or I can just use it now and try to pull off the combo next turn. Nah, I'll just play out the Captivating Unicorn. I'll be a little bit greedy because he could have something scarier, like maybe Archon of Sun's Grace or Archon of Falling Stars that I need to kind of use this Dreadful Apathy combo on. Bomb 2 cards. But I'm definitely using it next turn. Alright, Aspect. Ooh, that's pretty bad for me. Yep, so I can't do the combo. I have to maybe start attacking. Guess I can exile my Sentinel's Eyes to, guess the Sentinel Eyes can maybe tap down a Leonin for a turn, and we can get an attack in. Don't hate that. Where do I put the Sentinel's Eyes? Guess this will be a 4/5 anyways. Yeah, could just put on the Glory Bearers. But that was a pretty good aura that the opponent used there. I think I'll just get an attack in just to start pressuring the opponent, because I need to eventually close the game out. And this 4/5 can attack past this Leonin, I guess. I'm fine trading all these off, that's fine. Opponent will be taking 8. He can exile my Loathsome Chimera, but I don't care since I have nothing relevant in the graveyard anyways. Opponent's in top deck mode. I do need to race him since he got rid of my combo. So, don't know how greedy I should have been. Maybe I should have just kept a land in hand. So I should always consider that when playing against a black opponent. They could have like the this aspect of Lamprey, which can be quite annoying. Could have another Rise to Glory, I guess. We'll see what the opponent has here. I think I'll get an attack in, because I can't stay back. I need to start pressuring the opponent. He could just exile my Sentinel's Eyes when this Leonin dies, so that's quite annoying. I'm actually happy if he exiles my Loathsome Chimera, since I can't really deal with it, so... Hope he exiles the Loathsome Chimera. Since... Okay, I think I'll just play out my land, play around another aspect of Lamprey. Hopefully the opponent doesn't top deck anything big. Opponent passes, Hoplites. Think I'll just play it now just to kind of just swarm the opponent. Opponent probably has a removal spell, Final Death, okay. So I have 2 bodies on the battlefield, not doing good. So that aspect of Lamprey was definitely a huge blowout. Rise to Glory again, jeez. Alright, well, this is going to be a pretty tough battle to beat. This Lampad's going to be pretty annoying here. I can, of course, Sentinel's Eyes my Reverent Hoplite to block off this Lampad if he goes for something here. It's not what I prefer, but I can't have him gain life. I guess I can ambush him with the Omen of the Sun. So if he tries that, I don't hate it. So I'm probably going to keep everything back, have him attack, and then ambush the Lampad. So I can kill it at least. Because if I do Sentinel's Eyes, he's definitely not... He might. I mean, I guess he could still attack even with the Sentinel's Eyes on. But here I can at least guarantee that he will go for an attack. And kill off this Lampad. Alright. Alright, so make sure you keep lands against black opponents. They have that aspect of Lamprey, which is pretty annoying. But luckily that game, this opponent conceded. So let's be on top of our game for this one. Opponent had double Rise to Glory, but no real good auras to get back. Alright, we have Selesnya on 3. I think I'm keeping. We're on the draw. Playing the planes first because I could top deck Daxos. Traveler's Amulet, so the opponent's looking to splash. Ooh, Beetle? Yeah, that's not bad. If that's the case, maybe I grab if I have a choice between like Sentinel's Eyes, maybe I grab the Sentinel's Eyes, I don't know. Or maybe removal just makes things a lot more consistent, we'll see. Opponent has red because he has like an Omen. Alright. Ooh, Reynada, but that's next turn. Siona's good here. Right, Hydra's Growth. Peel one off the top. That's nice. Glory Bearers can start blocking. I think I'll start with Reynada, so I can start enhancing the Glory Bearers that I put down. Scovos, okay. Let's find target to lock down. I think we'll just play a Glory Bringers here. It becomes a 4-5, which is really excellent. Then we can play another 4-5 next turn. I can use a Hydra's Growth to maybe start enhancing them. He needs to use a removal spell on this Reynada. Scovos. Maybe that's a card I need to lock down with the Hydra's Growth. But for now, we'll play the Glory Bearers here. Next turn we can play Hydra's Growth and Dreadful Apathy and go from there. I could get an attack in. It's going to be a 4-6. It's not going to attack past the Scovos, unfortunately. So I think we just say go here. Opponent's Scries on upkeep. You could have like a Starlight Mantle to protect this creature. So I don't know how much I want to play the Dreadful Apathy. I do want maybe like a 1-1 I can enhance with this Hydra's Growth to start getting in. Leonin is a consideration. Let's play him out. You could have a Starlight Mantle up, which I'm a bit afraid of. So, could just start Hydra's Growthing here. Hopefully he doesn't use like Dreadful Apathy on my creature. And what do I Hydra's Growth on? Maybe this Leonin. He already has a counter on, so it should grow a little bit faster. And it's not... And I'd rather have him use his removal spell on a Leonin over like Glory Bearers or something. Alright, a Flicker, probably. Alright. Alright, it's still going to come in with a counter, so that's fine. I can't really attack past the Scovos, so no attacks. He uses Faithful End on Reynada, that's fine. Do I use Dreadful Apathy now on the Scovos? He could still have the Starlight Mantle. He only has 2 cards in hand. I think I have to go for it, otherwise we're not going to get any attacks in and we need to end this game. He probably has it. Or maybe a counter spell. Alright. And I'll just keep up mana to exile in response. I think I'm just going to go for an all-out attack here. I'm fine trading off with the Glory Bearers and whatnot. Because I do need to get past this wall. And I'm going to keep up mana for the exile in case he has anything here. Alright, Omen. Definitely going to exile the Warden now. But this is a pretty good attack since my creatures have incredibly high toughness. Sure, I will take those chump blocks. And I think that was the right kill, killing off the Scovos so he can't enhance it. Wondering what the opponent picked up here. Kiliot's Pilgrim, probably to get a removal spell off the top. A Dreadful Apathy. Alright, so I think I need to start attacking. Ooh, Destiny Spinner is really nice. Could just activate the Destiny Spinner. It should be at 3 toughness though. I think I'll start getting in with both of these cards since I don't really want to Dreadful Apathy my Glory Bearers without value. So, happy trading off the Leonin. Yeah, let's get rid of this Glory Bearers. And then next turn we'll have some pretty decent attacks in with our lower toughness creatures, so And I can start activating the Destiny Spinner, making lands too. Underworld Rage Hound. Maybe it's not good to attack next turn since Alright. I can make a land next turn right away at instant speed if he uses the ability. Guess he has ways to exile anyways, so yeah, let's Dreadful Apathy here. We can still activate this Destiny Spinner, get a land, and start attacking. Am I fine trading off Siona? Yeah, I think I am. I think he really wants to block the Leonin for the most part. Otherwise, he's going to deal a ton of damage. And what do we get back? Is there any way to recur? I guess maybe white has some way to recur or something. I don't know. Just exile the Scovos, I guess. I think the opponent should have looted away the amulet since it's not going to do much but thin out the land a bit. I think he's better off just looting away the amulet at the very least, since I think he has all his mana for fixing already. I think I like the Hoplite here. I don't have too much white devotion, so maybe it's not a consideration. Yeah, let's bomb the Hoplite. I really don't think I have enough white devotion. And I guess we can just exile this Underworld Rage Charger. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I saw another Flicker of Fate to start going off with it, but yeah, maybe I should have saved the Flicker of Fate. Maybe I should have saved the Dreadful Apathy activation. Hoplite I'm fine if he has his own. Usually 2 1/1s isn't going to do too much. But we are flooding out, so I do have double Captivating Unicorn still in this deck that can maybe start punching through. I do have a Loathsome Chimera, I guess, that I can start attacking with and bringing back. But we are flooding out, so that's not good. So still passing the turn here. Top deck 3 lands in a row. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more lands in the deck. Opponent's just looting away, finding his big playables that I otherwise probably can't deal with. Could have a bomb that I can't answer now, so Omen of the Forge, that's pretty annoying. I guess I'm fine maybe double blocking one of these, since he can only kill one. And a Leonin, okay. Luckily I saved the 1/1 to deal with the Leonin. Okay, Captivating Unicorn. So just kind of need to stabilize the ground. Hopefully the opponent doesn't, again. I mean, I guess the opponent has the ability to loot, so this can be a bit of a problem. He can find all of his removal spells. We do have one more Dreadful Apathy and Flicker in this deck. Opponent's already okay, well, I'm not winning this. It's a little bit too late there. So we had a good start, but Yeah. Just the opponent just being able to deal with our Glory Bringers was not that great. Alright, I don't think I keep this. A bunch of expensive cards, 2 lands. Unfortunately, I think this is a mulligan. This is better. I think I'll bomb a forest since I have a Caryatid already, and I do need the double white for Daxos. And we're on the play, so... I can turn 2 Caryatid, play out the Loathsome Chimera turn 3, and then use Warbriar's Blessing since this is 4 power. Do I want to use it right away? Probably. Well, the Omen deals with it, so... But luckily we should have enough lands still to play our 3-drop. This would have been great if Caryatid was still on the battlefield. Omen again. Okay, the opponent has a million Omens, but I can escape this one at least. Alright. Getting punished for 16 lands, I guess. Temple Thief, that's fine. Underworld Ragehound's gonna be a bit annoying. Ooh, Siona? I think I just play Siona first. I could just Dreadful Apathy to Underworld Ragehound, to be honest. Siona can maybe trade off for the Temple Thief. I could Warbriar's Blessing with Siona next turn, make a 1/1, I guess, so that's not bad, so I think I'll do that. And Sentinel's Eyes. I can Warbriar's Blessing and Sentinel's Eyes. I think the Hydra's Growth might be more important to maybe enhance the 1-drop that gets Alright, another one? Jeez, okay. So I definitely need to Apathy on this Underworld Ragehound. The opponent has a million removal spells. But I guess now the Glory Bearers can serve as a good blocker against this Ragehound. Can't block the Temple Thief, so probably need to fight it. Woe Strider, okay. That's a card I think I want to Apathy away, but definitely fine, happy blocking this Ragehound for free, so let's get this out of the way. Sacrifices it to Scry, makes sense. Ooh, Apathy. I think I'll just fight away the Temple Thief for now. And then next turn I can Apathy the Wolf Strider. I mean, even if I Apathy the Wolf Strider this turn, just wondering what he could have stacked it to Scry, I guess. So definitely not attacking. I'm not on the beatdown, so this Ragehound I can still block with the Glory Bearers. The 3/6 is pretty annoying to deal with. Strange Attack. Yeah, let's go for it. He could be tricking me here, but I'm not taking 3 here. Storm's Wrath, okay. Well, that's funny. But I can still exile the Wolf Strider anyways, but now I have a decent 5-drop. The Captivating Unicorn's decent. If he gets back to Wolf Strider, again, I'll just Apathy it, get it out of the way. And he gets rid of his Ragehound as well, so that was a nice oops emote. Unfortunately, you don't really want to main deck Storm's Wrath unless you're the hyper-aggressive opponent. I think I will Apathy this away. And I'll activate the exile portion right away, too. Just to ensure that he doesn't pick up another creature to sack with. And I'll exile him right away. Kind of forced the sack. I could, of course, Hydra's Growth, but I think I want to maybe put down another creature. Oracle, alright. Impending Doom. Well, that's why you don't want to go all in sometimes, since you can get 2 for 1 by something like Dreadful Apathy in this set. And black, there's a lot of removal in black, so always be careful if you're doing an all-in strategy. And in all these games, I haven't seen double Daxos or double Siona yet, so definitely fine main decking 2 copies. And we have Daxos, but we need double white. But I think this is still fine keep since we have Nessian Hornbeetle and Glory Bearers. I think this is fine. And if we top deck a Plains, we can do Daxos on 2. We'll love, again, like a Sunmane Pegasus in this deck. Like, again, this deck doesn't have too much evasion, so our game plan is, again, to go wide. Or maybe make a big, giant Hydra's Growth creature. Okay, guess it's a Nessian Hornbeetle. Hopefully it doesn't have, like, Warbriar's Blessing to answer it. Or his own Hornbeetle. Could just lock it down with the Dreadful Apathy. Opponent goes for an attack. No blocks. I think I'll lock it down with the Dreadful Apathy. Ooh, Warbriars, that's even better. Since that's cheaper and much more, and deals with smaller threats, so that's fine. I think I'm fine attacking since I'm not going to attack into a Moss Viper. There's no real ways for me to deal with Moss Viper, unfortunately. I would need to Dreadful Apathy this, which is annoying. There's no damage-based removal. We already used up a Warbriar's Blessing. Relentless Pursuit. And he has a Chain Web Arachneer in his hand, so that's... He can make a pretty annoying ground blocker that I need to lock down. Maybe I can just attack with the Nessian Hornbeetle and trade off for it. Because I do need to get rid of this Moss Viper. I mean, we don't have 4 power, so I think I'm fine trading this off. I need to get rid of this Moss Viper eventually to make some good attacks against the opponent. And I do need to Dreadful Apathy against this Chain Web, otherwise it's just going to get out of hand. So the opponent already has a 1-for-1 at the end of the day, the Nessie and the Moss Viper, and I had to Nessian Hornbeetle this away, so not very good. Another Moss Viper, okay. So maybe I need to start attacking with small creatures now. The Arachneer is annoying. I think I'll cast a Dreadful Apathy since I already have one, just to ensure that this is gone. No attacks. Hopefully it doesn't have like Return of Nature off the top or Mystic Repeal. Opponent could have like a Final Death here. Alright, just top decking green mana, so even though we're 9-7, I have green mana here. I'm just going to wait here. If he tries to respond with something, I still have mana to activate the Dreadful Apathy. I could just activate this end of turn, and I probably will. I mean, I guess you could respond to it, but other than that, I do need my white mana in case I need to drop Daxos, so... Alright, hopefully nothing happens. Alright, the Arachneer is gone, that's good. Well, this is awkward, so we're flooding out, and we have double Daxos in our opening hand, so definitely need something like a Captivating Unicorn to start tapping this Moss Viper down. Opponent seems to be flooding out as well, he isn't playing anything. too significant. Renata, okay. Hopefully that doesn't get answered. Could have like a final death or something here. He's probably going to use it on Renata, so I think I'll just pass. Alright, Return to Nature. Alright, he had one anyways. Wondering why he didn't use it on the Arachnir, but that's fine. It's a fine target for the Return to Nature. But definitely a bit of a board stall now. Would love my second planes off the top, maybe. Karametra's Blessing. I guess I can give this Indestructible, so I think I'll attack and trade the Karametra's Blessing for the Moss Viper. I could get 2 for 1 here, but I need to eventually get past this. Alright, so now I can start getting in. So we'll just say go. And I can use my Dreadful Apathy for something else now. Temple Thief. Alright, not going to use my Dreadful Apathy on the Temple Thief. I don't think it's worth it. There's definitely bigger fish to fry out there. I guess if we put something onto it, Setessan Training. Alright. Don't know if I still want to use it on the Temple Thief. You could have something else here as well. Like, I can't block this, but I would still be ahead in the race. Ooh, Captivating Unicorn looks good. Definitely attacking. Probably no blocks, and he's going to try to race me with this. Don't think I need to play out the other 4s. If he uses the Freeka's, not the Libation aspect of Lamprey, I can just dump a Daxos and land, since I can't play 2 anyways. Mars Grasp, okay. Sure. Alright, Warbriar's Blessing to fight off the Captivating Unicorn. That's interesting. So now I guess that's a fine target for Dreadful Apathy now, since this is just going to stay behind as maybe a blocker. Right, I guess, maybe I just developed a Loathsome Chimera that can attack past the Temple Thief, so maybe I can do that. Or I just do it now. Nah, let's just do it now. I need to start pressuring the opponent. And this is mana efficient, so I just hope he doesn't top deck anything big here. Yeah, let's exile here, just to ensure that he doesn't have any enchantment-based removal. Alright, stuck. Going 9 white and stuck with green mana, so that's funny. Even going 9/7, I was getting flooded out with green, so sometimes it is just the luck of the draw in these matchups. And it was a bit of a board stall, to be honest. Any changes? I think 15 creatures is still fine. Yeah, 15 creatures is still good here. Don't really see my... Transcendent Envoy can maybe start getting in the early games, but, I mean, it's not that impressive. What would I cut it for? Maybe Leonin? Leonin can exile a creature, but I don't really care too much about that at the end of the day. So maybe Leonin can go, and I can just play the Transcendent Envoy. At least it gives a discount for our auras that we might cast. It's not going to hit really hard, unfortunately, but if we grab a Sentinel's Eyes again and the Hydra's Growth onto it, maybe you can start beating down and start chipping away. But other than that, yeah, it's not going to be too effective, but I guess it might be better than the Leonin, since, again, the Leonin... I mean, I guess the Leonin can attack, but we need a bit of evasion in this deck, which we're kind of lacking. And this is just going to get blanked by 1 toughness creature at the end of the day. Maybe Renata can give Transcendent Envoy a counter. So yeah, maybe we just play the Transcendent Envoy. We'll see. It's not a great card, especially if you don't have too many ways to enhance it. But hopefully we can enhance it to get through, because we're kind of stuck in into these games where they're just huge board stalls, and we need kind of an evasive threat to maybe go over the top. Alright, Destiny Spinner. Well, we have Flicker and Dreadful Apathy for the 5 mana combo. I think this is a fine keep. Ooh, Siona, so, yep. Definitely happy to pick up 2 copies of these. Opponent has a red mana. Ooh, Careless Celebrant. How do I deal with that? Could just make a 1-drop with the Siona and block it. I could just block with a Destiny Spinner. But I think I prefer the Destiny Spinner because it could be something pretty good in the late game. But how do I answer this Careless Celebrant? Maybe I just block it and trade 2 for 2. I mean, how often am I going to activate this? Yeah, let's just block it now. Since, I mean, he could just 2 for 1 me with the Siona, maybe. Right, opponent's stuck at 2 mana, so he could have an Omen of the Forge, but hopefully I can get value off of this. No value. Well, that's a bummer. Could have grabbed an Aura off of this, but I guess we had double Dreadful Apathy, so we shouldn't complain. Could flicker to Siona if he deals with it. Ooh, Low Summon is pretty good. Opponent's stuck at 2 mana, so maybe we can kind of just cheese him out. So happy I dealt with that Careless Celebrant, otherwise these 2 cards would be pretty awkward against this card, and I don't want to use like a Flicker of Fate. I don't want to use like Dreadful Apathy on it. Warden is pretty annoying. Guess I can lock that down with Dreadful Apathy. Think that's worth it. Yeah, the Karametra's Blessing isn't going to do much, so we'll just do that. Start getting in there. We have a second Dreadful Apathy if he plays another big boy. Could have a removal spell here, maybe like a Iroh's Blessing. Okay, Nexus Wardens. Let's think here. I guess the Karametra's Blessing is fine. Yeah, I'm fine using the Karametra's Blessing here. I mean, he could just trade out for the Loathsome, but I mean, at least I can preserve it, and this can gain a lot of life, so I think it's fine just doing this. And then with 5 mana, I can do the combo where I exile and then flicker it. Heroes of the Revel. Okay, so, well, I guess I can do it next turn anyways. So, yeah, let's just do it anyways. Let's, yeah, so let's hold full control. We're gonna use this exile. And then we're gonna Flicker of Fate here on the stack. And then we're going to attach it onto the Hero of the Revels. So that's a pretty nice combo. And then now we can get in there for a lot. So that was basically another free Dreadful Apathy for us. Alright, opponent has his Return to Nature anyways. I guess we still have another Dreadful Apathy. Opponent's going to stay behind on defense. I could just play it slow with the Reverend Hoplite and just get in there. Opponent's just still attacking. I don't know if he can kill me at 20 life, but that's pretty ambitious, to be honest. Hydrax Tower Scout to untap. Okay, makes sense. So I guess I could just Dreadful Apathy here and then go all in. He can block my Loathsome, but that's still 3 damage. It's lethal, so let's do it. So Dreadful Apathy, definitely a very powerful card. Pack one, pick one. I don't know, between Inevitable and Mars Grass, I don't know, Mars Grass just seems more efficient, since you usually want to get a blocker out of the way and get an attack, while Inevitable End, they could still have tokens to sacrifice, and it doesn't get the creature out of the way sometimes, while Mars Grasp, it's just more efficient. So pack one, pick one, I would probably go for the Mars Grasp here. Still considering if I want the Transcendent Envoy, because last game we weren't able to enhance it. So that was a bit of an issue. Leona can at least exile if it dies, but, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, 3-1 is not all that impressive, so, I mean, this is pretty good if you can give it a Sentinel's Eyes to make it 4 power, but we don't have too much 4 power nonetheless. I mean, I guess we have Glorybringers as the 3 power creature that we can enhance with Sentinel's Eyes to grow the Nessian Hornbeetle, so... yeah, I think we just want to stick with 15 creatures since we need a lot of them, so let's give it another go. Might make a part 2 video since it's getting kind of late. But overall, 4-1 isn't too bad. Alright, well, Caryatid is good, and if we get a land, we can play Siona, so I think that this is a fine keep. And then Karametra's Blessing can protect our creature's Sentinel's Eyes. Opponent starting out with an aggressive Pious Wayfarer. Okay, that's interesting, so hopefully we don't get outrun in this matchup. White-black, okay, with the Sentinel's Eyes already, sure. Alright, this is going to be a pretty aggressive start from the opponent, so I'm going to take a bit of a beating for now, but hopefully I can stabilize, but Caryatid is fine. Maybe next turn we can play Siona and have maybe like a Sentinels, maybe Karametra's Blessing up to maybe block this creature. Ooh, okay, Loathsome Chimera isn't bad. So which one do I play? Maybe Glorybringers is the right play. It can block off both of them quite proficiently. Loathsome Chimera can maybe trade, but I guess a Loathsome Chimera with the Karametra's Blessing isn't bad to maybe trade off if he goes for that strategy. But Glory Bearers is just a better blocker at the end of the day. Yeah, let's just go for Glory Bearers. And I can at least block off one of them if we try something. But Dreadful Apathy would be pretty painful here since he can make a huge attack. Alright, this Favor Iroas is pretty scary. Think this turn I'll just play out the Loathsome Chimera. Keep up 2 mana, I guess, for Karametra's Blessing. I could also Siona. But Loathsome Chimera can potentially trade. This 3/4 probably is going to block this 2/2, but this Loathsome probably needs to deal with one of these creatures, so I think we'll just play a Loathsome and pass. Would love a land off the top. Funeral Rites, okay. Alright, those are fine cards. Nothing exciting. And yeah, we'll pass here. Destiny Spinner, okay. Well, at least I have 5 mana to maybe make some stuff now. I can go Siona into Destiny Spinner. I don't hate that. Could just play out the Captivating Unicorn, of course, as another good blocker. Siona can maybe find me a enchantment. Yeah, maybe Siona's better because it can start making 1/1s right away. Let's do that. Ooh, Warbriar's Blessing. I can cast Warbriar's Blessing and kill something. There's also Dreadful Apathy off the top. Opponent does have 2 mana open for something, potentially. The Warbriar's Blessing can still make a 1/1 chump blocker. Maybe Dreadful Apathy is much more important to deal with bigger threats. And then I guess we can play out Destiny Spinner here. Do we attack? Probably not. Stay back. Don't think a 1/1 is going to matter too much in this matchup, so I don't think we do the Warbriar's Blessing. I do want the opponent to tap out for something here that I can potentially remove. Catoblepus, alright. Alright, the Siona is fine, I can still block. Hydra's Growth, okay. Maybe I just play out the Captivating Unicorn as a decent blocker. The Reverend isn't going to get too much devotion. I can activate the Destiny Spinner to make a creature. Maybe I can just start attacking with the Loathsome Chimera. I don't know. Do I attack with this Loathsome? It's pretty good at trading off here. This Nyxborn can become a 3/5, but we can still block that. I will stay back. Probably still need some good blockers. Soul Reaper Mogus. I don't mind blocking with the Glory Bringers here. I'm fine trading this off for the Loathsome, so happy I kept that back. Renata's pretty good. Yeah, Renata's pretty damn strong if I get the Hoplite going, so we'll do that. I think I should keep up Karametra's Blessing. Do I get an attack in? I can basically tap down this Nyxborn Courser if necessary. Could Sentinel's Eyes, I don't hate it. Onto what? Maybe the Glory Bearers. And tap down maybe the Pious Wayfarer and get an attack. Let's do this. Then maybe we can get an attack here, that's not bad, and it's just Vigilance, so pretty decent for us. Next turn maybe we can play out the, probably has a trick here. Alright, he's doing the stack trick, that's fine. I'm fine having him lose his double striker here, which can get kind of scary if he enhances this with like Sentinel's Eyes. Alright, Mars Grasp, sure. Right, here, could just Hoplite. Could just Hydra's Growth, in fact. I don't hate that. Maybe I want Hydra's Growth a 1/1, perhaps, to, yeah, let's play out the Hoplite. I think I want to Hydra's Growth a 1/1 next turn to, give him another scary threat to deal with. I can also just attack here and have Karametra's Blessing up. I don't hate that. Yeah, let's do that. Hopefully he doesn't have a removal spell, but that's one card. And he just takes it. Alright, that's fine. Alright, opponent's flooding out. And here, I think it's fine just playing the Hydra's Growth onto a 1/1 creature. So this gives him another target that he needs to deal with eventually. We are going to tap down. Guess the the next born Gorster is pretty annoying, so we'll tap that down. Don't think I need to use double Dreadful Apathy yet. I think I'll keep up mana. I think I'll keep a Forest and Karametra's Blessing in hand. Here, yeah, we'll just attack with the 4/5. And if he tries something here, I can just Karametra's Blessing and block. And he'll just sacrifice, that's fine. I do have Dreadful Apathy still. Don't know how the opponent's going to get out of this pickle, to be honest. Elspeth, okay, I can give Hexproof to something. Unfortunately, I can't do it with the Captivating Unicorn. The opponent can get back his Bright Breath Catoblepus, so I need to start dealing with this opponent. Think I'll Apathy that. He can get back something pretty annoying here with the... Okay, sure. Should have enough mana to activate the Karametra's Blessing. Yeah, let's Apathy here. He'll probably sack it the Soul Reaper, but that's fine. Do I play out the land? I have enough mana to do whatever I want. I think I just go for an all-out attack, since otherwise I don't think I'm going to win if I don't attack. He can kill my Caryatid, but that's fine. This is a lot of damage. I could Karametra's Blessing and kill it. Yeah, let's do it. Force a sack. And this allows me to also activate my lands. Opponent's at 1. Yeah, this is going to be pretty difficult for my opponent to win, to be honest. I can activate the Destiny Spinner as well. Alright, sweet. So 5 and 2. 5 and 1, actually. Do have time to play 2 more games. Yeah, let's go for the 7 wins. It's about time I make another 7-win video. At 1 AM in the morning. Right, no 2-drops. On the draw. Do I keep this? Maybe not, since I definitely desperately need a 2-drop. And it's going to take me a while to get to Reynada, so I think this is a mulligan. This is a little bit better. I think I'll keep this. What do we bottom? I think I do want Sentinel's Eyes. Maybe we bottom the Daxos since we have 2 of those already, and we do need double white to get that going. So I think we'll bomb the Daxos and just call it like this. And we have another Daxos already, so don't know how often we're going to cast a Daxos anytime soon. I'd be damned if we picked up a Plains here. And no Plains, so kind of got rewarded for dumping the Daxos. Next turn, what do we do? Do we ambush this Temple Thief? I mean, it's still 1-for-1, but sometimes the 1-1s do matter. Opponent could have like removal up for its Siona. So maybe I keep up the Omen. Next turn I can Siona, maybe cast a Sentinel's Eyes to make a 1-1. Let's see what he tries here. Thrill, okay. Do I ambush this Temple Thief? That's a good question. Maybe I do. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe I just surprise him here. I mean, how else do I answer this? Do I really want to use Warbriar's Blessing onto this, to be honest? Maybe not. I think we're fine just taking 2 and just trading 2. Maybe I should play this end step to kind of see what he'll play. So now he's going to try to avoid playing the 1 toughness creatures here. And here, what do we do? Warbriar's Blessing. I guess I can Sentinel's Eyes and Warbriar's, but I think I want to cast Siona first before I do that. And no auras. Well, that's unfortunate. And we also have to bomb our second Daxos as well. And I guess we got a bunch of lands to bomb at least, so it's not all that bad. Here, where do I equip this Sentinel's Eyes? Probably onto a 1-1. I think I'm fine with that. I can make another 1-1 anyways. Guess he could use like a removal spell, but he doesn't have one, so I think I'm fine attacking him for 2 here. Just to kind of pressure, and if he wants to trade off the Incendiary Oracle, that's fine. Because I do want to get this off the battlefield. Alright, that's fine. That only exiles creatures, not escape cards, so happy to get that out of the way. Elspeth's Nightmare. Alright, so this Warbriar's Blessing is going to get probably killed. Maybe I just cast it now so he doesn't get rid of it. And he can exile my graveyard, so maybe I just double block here. I guess I could sacrifice my Omen and get back to Sentinel's Eyes. Actually, that's not a bad idea. And cast it. That's actually not a bad idea, so no blocks. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do it now, just play land. Well, that's kind of awkward now since... I guess I'll just cast my Warbriar's Blessing anyways, just to put up a good, decent blocker. And then we can just attack for 2. That should be fine, since I can't block anyways with the 1/3, and I at least want to have like a 1/3 blocker, since the Elspeth is just going to duress me. Still going to take 2 here. I can attach the Sentinel's Eyes onto the Transcendent Envoy next turn and sacrifice this Omen so this Elspeth's Nightmare doesn't gain any value. Could have a removal spell, but I think I'll just go for it now. Could have done this on upkeep, I guess, but okay, I don't mind this. I think I like Dreadful Apathy to deal with something. Loathsome Chimera is also not that bad. Don't think I'm scared of the 2/2. I think I prefer to have the Sentinel's Eyes at least. So yeah, we'll just escape this Sentinel's Eyes, attach it onto Transcendent Envoy, start pressuring the opponent more. Could have like a faithful end here, but yeah, that's unfortunate. So it's gonna get exiled anyways. Lampad, okay, I can block that, I guess. Maybe I need to Dreadful Apathy this Temple Thief. It's not all that great because I don't really want, because I can trade off for the Losum. So maybe I just hold on to it, take another 2 damage, and I can hold off this Lampad. But the Elspeth Nightmare is definitely a very powerful card. That should not be underestimated. Catoplepis, alright. Now I kind of regret not having the Dreadful Apathy up. So I don't think we're winning this one, since the Nightmare hit us pretty hard here. Yeah, let's just do it on the Temple Thief. He's obviously just going to sacrifice it, but I mean, I can't afford to have this constantly attacking past my enchantment creatures. In a Portent of Betrayal. Probably need to block it off with the one with my 1/1 token. I guess I can still escape it, but I'm going to take too much damage here, and he's just going to sacrifice and kill me off, so... Right. So maybe we're not going to get to 7 wins, but maybe hopefully 6. We'll see. That game was just quite unfortunate whiffing with the Siona, especially with all those auras in my deck. But sometimes you just don't get it. Alright, not bad. Elysian Caryatid can maybe provide us white mana for Daxos. I think this is keep. Caryatid, I don't really know how to pronounce it. Alright, hopefully we can get 2 wins in, I guess 18 minutes, 17 minutes before this video expires. Right, double Daxos, not what I need, but I guess we can at least cast one of them next turn. If I pick up another white, I can Transcend Envoy and Daxos, which is pretty nice. But could just play the Transcend Envoy to block, but Daxos can gain us life anyways. Yeah, and I just want to get the double white devotion out of the way, so we'll do this. Opponent attaches his... If opponent goes for the Commanding Presence, I have a Dreadful Apathy to answer it. If he attacks, the Transcend Envoy can offset the life loss. Does he go for it? He'll probably go for it. And hopefully he doesn't have a Flicker of Fate to bounce my Dreadful Apathy if I go for the... If he goes for the Commanding Presence play. Because he's attacking because he knows he's not blocking anyways. So he's probably has some ambush creatures here. I'm presuming he has the Omen of the Sun, but now with Captivating Unicorn, I can grow this to 1 toughness and get a decent attack in. So yeah, I can definitely get an attack in. The Omen of the Sun won't kill me here, since that's only going to be 2 power, at the very least. Alright, knew it. And the ramp from Caryatid is definitely very valuable. I could trade off for Daxos, which I don't hate. And if he does, I can just play a second one. It's not that bad, to be honest. And I can go Daxos and Transcendent Envoy next turn. So I might actually just offer to Daxos, to be honest. Opponent could have another trick here. Voracious Typhon, okay, that's a good exile target. Do I just do it now and get in for a whole bunch? I think I do. And I might just activate because he could have Flicker of Fate, so... let's activate now. I could develop, again, the Loathsome Chimera, but again, you could have something like Flicker of Fate, which can be pretty annoying. This is 6 damage, which is a lot, so... let's get in there. The Typhon is definitely a good target to exile because he can escape it. And I'm not going to let him tap with a Flicker, so... opponent has 2 mediocre creatures on the battlefield. Well, another one, so I guess I'll just play my enchantment slowly so I can tap down this Voracious Typhon. And start just keeping it tapped. So yeah, let's do that. Luckily, Captivating Unicorn can again just tap down this Typhon. Not going to attack with the Caryatid, since, again, since I need the mana and I don't really want to trade off. Opponent's just going to keep chump blocking, that's fine. Loathsome Chimera can maybe attack past this Voracious Typhon next turn. Right, this Warbriar's Blessing is going to deal with this Captivating Unicorn, which is annoying. Now we need to kind of find a way to get rid of this Typhon. We do have another Dreadful Apathy in the deck, but don't know how well that's going to do against this opposing Typhon. Opponent doesn't have anything in the graveyard, but it's just going to stall us out, which is annoying. Alright, so, yep. Just waiting until we top deck a Dreadful Apathy. Maybe we can find a Hydra's Growth and enhance this Transcendent Envoy and start getting across. But other than that, we are in a bit of a board stall. Fine playing out land since the opponent doesn't have black up for the forgot that card, the Aspect of Lamprey. Opponent has another card up. He could have another Dreadful Apathy here to maybe lock down this Loathsome Chimera. Does he have another one? Maybe a Flicker of Fate, I think, since he's hovering over the Warbriar's Blessing. And if he kills Daxos, I guess I have a second one that I can play. So I guess it's not all that bad. So these two cards are basically dead in my hand. I need to maybe get something playable eventually. A Sentinel's Eyes, okay. Do I just go for the crazy block here and try to get rid of this Typhon? I think I do. Otherwise, I'm going to take 1,000,000 damage forever. So I think I'm fine throwing my Loathsome Chimera, the Caryatid, and the Daxos in front of it, since I do need to deal with this. And I should have enough mana that I don't need the Caryatid anymore. Probably has a dumb pump spell here, so I'm going to lose everything, okay. That's annoying. Well, at least my Daxos can maybe deal with this next turn. Alright, nothing. Play second Daxos. And if he attacks, do I still go for it? Maybe I do. Because I need to get this out of the way. I could just take 5 and be a little bit greedy because I'm at 24 life. And maybe it's still okay. He could escape this as a 7/7, but he only has 5 mana open. Just used up his flicker. Maybe he doesn't have any more tricks up his sleeves. Alright, Relentless Pursuit, so... Alright, and he gets a land off the top and a Daybreak Chimera, so that's pretty annoying. So I need a way to deal with this flyer now. And this card that's going to be eventually a 7/7. Okay, Karametra's Blessing. Alright, I could maybe use this to ambush the Daybreak Chimera. I don't hate it. So he starts attacking in. I can use the Transcendent Envoy to kill it, which I think it's a fine play. So maybe I'm fine just taking 5 this turn. Next turn I can Karametra's Blessing and just kill off this Daybreak Chimera. Since I should have eventually maybe top deck a Dreadful Apathy to deal with this Voracious Typhon. Alright. We're going to do the Karametra's Blessing next turn. So I don't want to throw everything in front of this Typhon. Since if I do, I don't care about this Intestine Petitioner, that's fine. I think I'll take 5 here and then maybe take 5 again the turn after, and then next turn we can throw everything in front of this Typhon. Or I can maybe find a way to exile. Opponents don't know what the opponent's thinking here. We'll just block like this. I think he's thinking that I would go for an all-out block. Ooh, Ominous Sun, that's not bad. I can ambush the Typhon with that. So I think I'll keep everything in hand and see where we go from here. He could have a trick up his sleeve, hopefully not. We'll see. Alright, he goes for it. So before blocks, we're going to flash in this Omen of the Sun. And I should maybe consider playing out the land to at least sack the Omen of the Sun. Maybe I can do that on upkeep. So now what we can do now is we can move the blocks. Block the Daybreak. I do lose the Daxos, that's fine, but again, I mean, I guess this can become a 7/7 anyways. But I guess I can escape the Loathsome to maybe trade off for it eventually. I mean, I could just chump block this 5/7 to be honest. Let's just go for it. And then we'll scry on upkeep, I guess. And hopefully he doesn't have an instant speed interaction here that can blow me out. But I do need to deal with this flyer. If he has 7 mana, he can escape the Typhon. But I guess I can maybe get back my Loathsome Chimera to do some blocks against it. Okay. Moss Viper, sure. Guess I can, maybe I don't need to scry upkeep, I can just escape the Loathsome. I think that's fine. Ooh, Reynada, that's pretty good, so I'll play that. And then I guess we can scry on upkeep with the Omen. Don't hate that, Sigo. This Transcendent Envoy can become an invasive threat, I guess, with the Sentinel's Eyes. That's fine. Do need a way to answer the Typhon again, since the opponent has a lot of stuff in the graveyard. This Transcendent Envoy can start getting in, which is annoying. He can exile my Loathsome Chimera with this, which is also pretty stupid. So, I think I need to play out the Chimera. Hopefully I can maybe find a Hydra's Growth off the top to enhance this Transcendent Envoy to eventually start flying over and killing the opponent. Siona? Maybe that can help me find Hydra's Growth. How good is Glory Bearers? It's a pretty decent blocker. Don't know how much I want it. I mean, I guess it's going to go to the bottom anyways if I use Siona, so I might as well put on the bottom so it will be further ahead. So I think I like the Siona here. Hopefully I get a Hydra's Growth. Alright, Hydra's Growth is good, so we'll get that. And we will enhance our flyer. So now our win condition is now as Transcendent Envoy getting pumped into 1,000,000. We should have enough chump blockers to deal with this Voracious Typhon. We just don't want to see a Dreadful Apathy off the top, so I think if he attacks the Leonin, we're fine taking it, since I don't want him to exile our Loathsome Chimera, so we will just... I think I'm fine attacking for 2 next turn, because I need to start clocking him. Don't know why the opponent didn't sacrifice the Omen. He could use that to scry. But I think he just wants to escape the Typhon, but it's fine. We should have 1,000,000 blockers up. That we don't care. Opponent could have also started attaching the Sentinel's Eyes again on his own Transcendent Envoy and start getting in. So don't know if the opponent has removal. Hopefully not, because we do need to kind of win this game with this flyer at the very least. I think I'm fine taking 3 from the Leonin. Right, we're gonna escape the Chimera before the Leonin exiles our stuff. Don't understand. Does it really matter? Well, it's a 6-3, so opponent should be scrying on upkeep to find removal for the Transcendent Envoy, but I think we can maybe close out this game if this gets big enough. Fine trading off the Loathsome Chimera for the Voracious Typhon, since I can just get back from the graveyard. Ooh, Dreadful Apathy. Could save it. He could have something that I need to remove here besides a Voracious Typhon that I need to deal with later. We'll see. I think I'm going to save this Dreadful Apathy. Again, he could have a big flyer or something that I need to deal with. Opponent needs to find a removal spell off the top. Bottoms both. I could maybe just done it. He could have like maybe a second Warbriar's Blessing to answer.